I decided to take the money Greed left me and go have a taste of gambling. I'd never been one to gravitate towards gambling myself, but hey, with someone else's money, why not?
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sinsations. Last time I left you off here right after we had a menage a trois in Epstein's palace, and then we had a lot of fun with Cody back at his apartment, and now I think he gave us like $3,000, and so we're gonna go gamble that money away, and when he comes back we're gonna tell him that sorry, you're not, we're not, there's zero chance we're coming back after we see 3 other men. We told 2 other people that we may come back for them, we're not coming back for you. Alright, yeah.
I leave Greed's apartment and head down to the casino floor. It's a relatively busy day, hundreds of people checking in, and thousands more already here, playing any number of different games. Dealers fake laughs, and people curse or cheer depending on how their luck is running. I walk past the crowded lower limit tables and approach the high limit area.
Cody has 3,000. Cody? Kosuke has $3,000. I don't know why he's going to the high limit table.
$500 is the minimum bet, up to $50,000. I have Greed's $3,000 and decide to play something that requires relatively little brain power. Blackjack.
I love how he's just gonna gamble it all away. He's not even thinking about, well, maybe if when I romance the next sin, they won't let me, sleep in their place like a bum. He's not even thinking about that. He's just like, I want to gamble, and we love a hoe that just thinks in a minute, He doesn't think ahead at all.
The dealer eyes me with suspicion as I approach his empty table. A pit boss immediately walks over, asking to see my ID. I realize with a start that I don't have an ID. That's something Judas neglected to give me when I was brought back to life.
It's all right, Barry. He's with me.
I turn around with a start, and there's Greed, looking every bit the professional billionaire he is.
I see you found my gift. I'm glad. I was helping with some high rollers in our poker game when I saw you walking over here and said, hey, I have a little time. Planning to win a bunch with that 3,000?
Heck yeah.
Well, I intend to. Blackjack goes in streaks. You can win or lose pretty fast.
That's too true. The good thing is it always swings back in the casino's favor, no matter what kind of luck someone has.
Oops. You want to play too?
Okay, I didn't see the shall we.
There's nothing better than playing with house money. Let's play a little, see how lucky you are.
We sit down at the table, and the dealer begins shuffling. 6 decks of cards.
High-limit gamblers like hand shuffling better than machine shuffling, I've found. Some superstitious nonsense, but we're happy to oblige.
Ah, I can see that. Seeing someone actually shuffle versus a machine telling you the decks are shuffled. People are visual creatures. Greed looks at me and smiles an almost sinister smile.
That they are. Barry, give me 100 and deal.
Of course, sir.
The dealer deftly stacks out $25,000 chips and hands them to Greed with a slip of paper to sign. Greed scribbles a signature, and Barry tucks the slip into a slot on the table. Greed places a $5,000 chip bet, and I put $500. Betting large to start off, huh?
He really just has to emasculate me out here. We already know it's your money. You don't need to bet 10 times my worth.
Well, I have to bet larger than you. I have to mimic our sex life, after all.
I blush furiously, while Barry and Greed chuckle. He's not that much bigger than I am.
He literally isn't, so I don't know where he's coming off.
Alright, here we go. Mr. Hatchick 17, your friend 18, dealer shows at 8.
I didn't realize in blackjack that you can see the entire hand of other people at the table. I thought you could only see, like, one of their cards, just like the dealer. Huh. I had no idea.
Not bad, not great. I'll stay.
I'll stay as well.
How can you stay on this? Well, maybe I don't really understand the rules of the game, because, I mean, you instantly lose against me already, Greed, so why would you stay? I don't know. But if he's already bet, I guess, then... I don't know. Maybe he's hoping all bust, but no, I'm staying.
The dealer flips over his unrevealed card, revealing a 9, totaling 17. I win. Greed ties.
Lucky, lucky. Not a bad start. Let's keep it going.
Oh wait, maybe he stayed because it's like... I thought there was only like one winner at a blackjack table, but maybe if you beat the dealer? That's something good? Even if you don't beat the other players? I'm not sure.
I'm going to let it ride?
Maybe you don't lose your money if you beat the dealer? I have no idea.
What does that mean?
Nothing dirty, I assure you. Although I tried to come up with a joke on the fly. It means you take your winnings and your original bet and bet it all again.
Ah, sure. Why not? Greed's eyes glitter approvingly.
How did he not know what let it ride means?
Let's go.
Alrighty, here we
13.
go. We got a nice 20 for you, Mr. Hatchick, and 13 over here for you, sir. Dealer shows a 9.
I will stay. What will you do, Kosuke? You know, math says you're supposed to take an additional
Yes,
card.
I can do the simple math.
Yes. What should I do? I'll take a hit.
Watch me get a jack or something.
Alrighty, here you go, and it's a bust. 23. Sorry about that, bud.
Willingness to risk is important. You'll never get anywhere in life or gambling if you try to play it safe.
Still sucks to lose.
It does. But it's also the thrill of it. Studies say people enjoy almost winning more than they do actually winning. Humans are strange creatures.
We play for another 15 minutes, remaining pretty even. Lose, win, lose, win. Greed checks his watch and looks at me.
Well, time is getting away from me. I still have a bit of paperwork before tonight. Want to just bet it all on the next hand?
Greed hurriedly stacks all of his chips in the betting circle. I follow suit and place the rest of mine. Greed nods in approval and smiles sadistically.
Oh god.
I knew I'd chosen correctly with you.
Oh, we got a live one here. Let's go. Lucky cards, lucky cards.
Barry deals out the cards.
12?
Greed
No,
16,
13.
me 12.
Oh wait, 13.
Dealer shows
12.
an ace.
Math is hard.
Oh, shucks. Let's just check if we have a blackjack. And I do have it. Ooh, so sorry, guys. Very unlucky.
The F?
Barry grabs all of the chips and places them in his tray.
Well, that's just how gambling
What
goes.
if I got a blackjack? Well, no, he got a blackjack. That's better than just a normal 21, I think. So there's no way I could even get a blackjack. I could get 21, but I think that'd be worse than a, like, natural blackjack. Well, screw you.
That, sucked.
The sentiment of tens of thousands of people daily in my casinos. Well, I'll see you later tonight. Call Alexander if you need anything.
Sounds good. See you tonight. I feel really irritated with my short gambling session. Gambling obviously isn't something I'm used to. I walk out of the high-limit gambling area and start walking back to Greed's private elevator. I think I'll call up Alexander and have some pizza brought up before Greed and I talk. I return to Greed's apartment and call Alexander's direct
We're just
line.
gonna have, like, pizza laying on the table and be like, hey, we're breaking up, but I got some extra pizza. Okay, it's just, I don't know about this.
Yes.
Hi, Alexander. Could I get a cheese pizza with extra cheese brought up whenever you have the time?
Yes.
You can just say yes without having to yes.
Great. I'll just wait up here for it then.
30 minutes.
Alexander hangs up, his normal, helpful yet grumpy self. As precisely as possible, Alexander arrives 30 minutes later with the pizza. He drops it off with a curt sniff and exits Greed's apartment. I'm hungry, so I waste no time getting into the pizza. The most perfect food ever created. I finish half the pizza and check my watch. Greed should be arriving soon. so I settle back onto the bed and wait. I pace around the room, trying to rehearse what I'll say to Greed when he arrives. I feel slightly nauseous, and time seems to move in slow motion. I keep glancing at my watch.
Theoretically, do we even have to tell him since we already got him to love us? Like, couldn't we just leave? You know, do we have to tell him that all this? I don't think we do.
9:58. 9:58. 9:58. 9:58. 9:59. I know Greed will be here soon. There's no easy way to tell someone you led them on, especially someone like Greed, who's wealthy enough to have basically whatever, or whoever he wants. 9:59.
He's gonna have Alexander eliminate us. He's gonna be like, well, go back to hell, B.
9:59. 9:59. 9:59. 10 o'clock. Like a precise clock, Greed strolls into his apartment, carrying a pizza
Another.
and some paperwork. Greed's in a good mood, so there's at least that.
Hey there. You're looking pretty hot tonight.
Game recognizes game, they say.
I've never heard that saying. What are you up to? I brought us a pizza if you're hungry. Then we'll see where the night takes us.
Greed's expectations of how the night was going to go were about to be shattered. Mentally, I curse Lucifer and his stupid
I
test.
should have chose the other option that was like, tell him that we might come back with him. I can't do this now.
Cody,
I didn't even realize at the time, like, that's what I was choosing between. I didn't, like, fully understand it. I didn't fully understand, like, what my choices were and the implications behind them. Oh, I really wish I chose the other option back then.
What's wrong?
Duh.
I was wondering if we could talk.
Well, of course, Kosuke. We've talked quite a bit these past few days. Is something wrong?
There's really no easy way to go about telling you this, so I guess I'll just dive right in.
I'm all ears.
Well, I am the deadly sin of lust. Greed takes a moment, just a moment, to process what I just said. His face, usually so composed, flashes instantaneously through shock, disbelief, and then happiness.
Well, I guess he, didn't know. I was wrong about that.
That is unexpected. But since you are revealing this to me, you must already know I am the deadly sin of greed.
I do.
That's all? I was worried something more important was wrong.
Yeah. It's not just that I'm a deadly sin. It's that I'm leaving you and the children.
There's more, Cody.
Continue.
Lol.
So, when I reincarnated as the deadly sin lust, Lucifer gave me a test, as he said all deadly sins need to fulfill a test to prove their worth.
I fulfilled mine, so I am aware of Lucifer's modus operandi. What was the test?
The test was for me to seduce all the other deadly sins in Las Vegas. A long moment passes between us. Nothing is said, while I let Greed realize things on his own.
Well, that is in the past. I see no reason for that to keep us apart now.
Well, the thing is, I just don't like you. Maybe I just should have just started with that and not even mentioned anything else. I don't like you. I'm leaving. Girl's trying to hold on so hard. Honey, let go. Let go. I want to leave. Please don't have me murdered.
There is a reason. I don't think it's fair to lead you on twice, Cody. The rich lifestyle you have doesn't really fit with what I want for my life. I think you're a great, accomplished guy. Honestly, I'm a nobody. I don't think we would work out long term. Unfortunately, there is a reason. I have not completed Lucifer's test. I still need to, or I'll be dragged back down to hell. Probably with worse results than my first time there.
I see. After you complete Lucifer's task, then would you come back?
Damn. Damn. I did not think Greed would be the most clingy. Like, we have told him, no, 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 I'm a deadly sin. I still haven't completed the test. I don't think we work well together. I mean, after everything, he's like, well, will you come back? I don't see why I can't stop us from being together. Come on, just come back. Just don't leave me. It's like, calm down, Greed. I just don't want to be murdered right now. Please.
I don't think it would be fair to lead you on twice, Cody.
Oh my god.
The rich lifestyle you have doesn't really fit what I want for my life.
I think there was like some kind
you're
of
a great guy.
bug or glitch.
Honestly, I'm a nobody. I don't think we would work out long term.
Yeah, I think there was some kind of like error there because it repeated the line here. I thought it was a little bit strange how immediately after saying this line just a second ago, Kosuke immediately said I still haven't completed my test. I was like, that's a little weird. But whatever. I was like, it would make more sense to say I haven't completed my test first, then go on to say this. So it was probably just, yeah. This line shouldn't have been there a second ago.
You think being a deadly sin is being a nobody? That's quite naive.
No, I meant in terms of accomplishments. I have nothing in life. You have everything.
And I will share it with you. Think of what we could accomplish together. 2 deadly sins in one city. With my resources, we could do greater things than anyone ever has. We're both young enough to rule the world.
Yeah, so I guess we still age, damn. Anyway, yeah, Envy, you think someone like Envy would have just absolutely constricted the life out of us when we told him that we had to leave. But he didn't really. And Greed is, so like, I guess because he's greedy, he wants it all. He wants me. He wants it.
Ruling the world isn't a goal of mine. I think you'd be happier with someone else that shares your vision, Cody.
How could I be happy? I want to be with you. I felt such a connection with you.
Honey, I wish I chose the other option so this little thing right now could end already, okay? I really regret not choosing the other option back then. I'm sorry.
It's probably just my enhanced seduction from being lust. I enjoyed our time together, honestly, but this has gotten me thinking about what exactly I want out of life, and a life of ease and luxury just wouldn't suit me.
What you want out of life.
It's not you.
A dangerous hardening comes over Greed's features. My stomach flips as Greed paces around in front of me.
So you're saying that everything I did for you, everything we experienced, was all to fulfill some bullshit test from Lucifer? All of this was a lie?
He is so gonna murder me.
I wince as Greed's voice rises to a shout. His angry expression scares me. I don't know what to say.
Oh my god, Alexander's gonna kill me.
Well, I'm going to show you exactly what I think of your treachery. Alexander.
No. You can't tell me that, like, just not choosing not to be with him means I'm gonna die and I fail the test.
Yes, Lord.
Alexander, please. He was so happy too. I don't know why there's a question mark here. Maybe because he's not really Alexander. Maybe because he's some kind of hell spawn demon from hell. I'm not sure. But like, he is so he is elated right now. He's like, yes, my lord. Shall I murder Kosuke? I thought you'd never ask.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Alexander appears in the room. He gazes at me with black, inhuman eyes, awaiting what Greed says next.
Kosuke, I'd like you to meet Alexander, or by his proper name, Baal Nashar Zen. Lucifer granted me a demon in my employ after I paid Lucifer a hefty price. Do you know what that price was?
I don't know, like 1,000 virgins murdered in your palace?
No.
Lucifer said he would grant my request if I offered him 1,000 deaths a day, for a month straight. Me, being the resourceful person that I am, was able to offer that.
Like, I was kind of close. I literally said 1,000 virgins. Apparently it was just 1,000 of any people, though. And also every day for a month. So it's a little bit more, but I was kind of close, you know?
Although I admit hiding that from local police, governments, etc., that was the closest I'd come to losing everything I had. The risk was well worth the payoff. But there was something else. Something that let me become greed in the first place. Do you know what that was?
I am afraid to ask.
You should be. I murdered my own
I know.
father for his wealth. That attracted Lucifer's attention, and I was transformed into what you see now. If I was willing to kill my own father, what do you think I'm willing to do
Honey,
to you?
Honey, we were eating up SpaghettiOs in your restaurant, and I already knew that you killed your father. We were slurping up those little letters, and I was like, oh. So he's the patricide, huh? Like, I clocked that, honey. You know, you're not slick.
Much the same, I bet.
Come on, don't do it. I'll, like, sleep with you one more time. Maybe we can involve Alexander if you want. Or, I'm sorry, Bal Nashir Zen.
But we come to you. You know, it's funny how things work out. I had intended at one point to ally myself with the other Vegas sins. I even know who two of them are.
Now, he says Vegas sins, like, there are sins, in Vegas? Wait, how am I trying to say this? He says Vegas sins, like, there are a bunch of other sins, in the world that don't live in Vegas. Like, he's using Vegas sins to say specifically sins that live in Vegas, you know? Like, are there not only 7 deadly sins in the whole world? Are there more? I'm not sure.
But they're unreliable at best and ready to betray at any moment at worst. So we've just decided to peacefully coexist. While I go about my own plans, they can go about theirs.
Okay, like, let me go about mine. I'm kind of busy.
That sounds nice.
But then there's you. See, I'd never actually felt any emotional connection to a deadly sin before. It would have just been business, and short-lived at that. But you... I felt something real for you. Whether or not you made me feel that or tricked me is beside the point. I've decided that since I can't have you, nobody will. Alexander? Take out this trash.
This is why we shouldn't have told him. We should have just been like, hey, I have some business to take care of in Vegas. I won't be around for a few weeks or something. Like, why did we tell him the truth?
It will be my pleasure.
Of course it will.
I gaze into Alexander's eyes as he approaches. Black pits where his eyes used to be gaze back. A deep, hateful chuckle echoes out of his mouth now. An impossibly strong fist closes around my neck. Alexander throws me against the wall as if I'm weightless. I struggle to breathe before Alexander's hand catches me up again and throws me through the window Greed and I looked out the first time I came here. I'm falling.
Honey, come on. Why? I'm sorry.
I can't breathe. Nothing.
Alexander, tidy up this mess. Alert the news that we've had a suicide on my property. Play up the sympathy angle.
How did I possibly break the glass? You know, like, this is... The glass here is extremely tough, you know? It's not just, like... You can just run into it and it breaks, you know? Like, how are you gonna say I did that? Are you gonna have a sledgehammer nearby or something?
Yes, my lord.
Oh my god. Lucifer, I'm sorry. Can I come back? I'd like to come back, Lucifer. Alright, well... I'll BRB. Alright, I'm back here. I figured that, like, the only way to tell him I'm gonna be honest... Wait, no. I'm gonna tell Greed we need to stop seeing each other now that I've gotten him to love me. And I'll be honest with my feelings. I guess the only way to choose option B is, like, if you've literally chosen every single good option with Greed, and never got like a red arrow, because I feel like for the most part I've got almost all blue arrows. Anyway.
Despite how kind Greed has been, I have to be honest with him and let him know I'm worried about potentially losing motivation to live my life. That I need something to work towards, and I need to be honest with him about Lucifer's test. I'm sure Greed will understand, and nothing is keeping me from coming back to be with him, once I finish Lucifer's test anyway. I need to kill a little time, however, before I see Greed again. What should I do?
Very abusive. Anyway, I'm just gonna do gamble again and we're gonna skip.
I feel an odd sense of calm. Normally telling someone you're about to leave and go fuck someone else would be a source of anxiety. But Greed is different. Greed will understand the test from Lucifer. At least, I hope he will.
Alright, you got a little bit. You missed part of that dialogue, but I pace around waiting for Greed to arrive. Then he said, I feel an odd sense of calm. Then I think you heard the rest. Anyway, he will understand the test. I don't know.
According to my Hell Watch, it's 1 minute until 10. As punctual as ever, Greed strolls into his apartment right as it hits 10 o'clock. Greed has a pizza in one hand and a bunch of paperwork in the other.
Hello, Kosuke. Did it hurt?
Then I fell from heaven.
Oh my god, you're not gonna ask when I fell from heaven. That is so cheesy.
What a rude assumption. I was going to ask if it hurt waiting around for this dick all day.
Goodbye.
I don't know, maybe a little. Does it hurt wearing suit pants when you got a massive hard-on?
Of course it does.
Greed drops the pizza and papers on a dining table and walks over to me. He embraces me warmly and gives me a kiss. He tastes like peppermint. He must have been planning on getting straight to it.
No.
I've been thinking about us a lot today.
I have too, and you murdered me last time.
So have I.
I'm glad we seem so compatible.
Greed kisses me again, then heads back to the table. He picks up a piece of pizza and leans back.
So, what's up? You look like you have something you're wanting to talk about.
I do, actually. You're perceptive.
I have practice. I'm listening.
Well, there's no way to state it other than this. I'm the deadly sin of lust. Greed stops chewing his pizza briefly as he contemplates what I just said. Then he looks at me shyly.
Then you must already be aware that I am the deadly sin of greed.
I am.
I knew there was more to you than met the eye. Was this one of Lucifer's little tests for you? See if you can seduce one of the world's most powerful men.
I know, please don't murder me.
Actually, that brings up my second point I need to talk to you about. You guessed correctly. Lucifer's test was to seduce the other 6 Las Vegas deadly sins.
Interesting. So, what does that mean? Have you accomplished that?
I'm working on it.
Unfortunately, no. I still have to complete Lucifer's task. You weren't the last one. But I will say, you're definitely the one I want to be with.
Alright. Let's keep lying. I said be honest when I picked this option, but like, girl, who said this was being honest? Like, this isn't my honest.
Is that so?
We'll be honest with the fact that we want to keep lying to him. That's what we're honest about.
Complete truth.
We're honest with that to ourselves only. We're honest to ourselves that we want to keep lying to him. That's what that choice meant to me.
Well, you have great taste. To be honest,
Oops.
I'm excited for this revelation. The longer you remain a deadly sin, the more potent your powers become. I don't exactly know why that is, but I'm imagining the things we could accomplish together. In Las Vegas, and then the world.
Just imagine how much money I could pull in a night. Did he read that line, or did I think I skipped this line? Well, you have great taste. Anyway, yeah, I could be the most accomplished prostitute in the world. Just imagine it.
The possibilities would be endless.
Just like the sex we'll have.
Not now.
Endless.
Why waste time on words and pizza? I'm hungry for something else.
Nah, you're gonna force me into it.
I wake up late, as usual. It's already past 3 p.m. I'm groggy and sore from last night, and Greed has already taken off to manage his casinos. My legs almost refuse to obey, and after Greed's marathon of sex, my asshole feels like a freight train ran through it. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. I look around, and as per usual, there's a tray of food left next to the bed, covered, and a note stuck with tape to it. A rose garnishes the tray. Greed is so sweet. I take the note off the covering and read it.
Lust, I enjoyed our last night more than I can express. I have things to attend, but hope you'll complete Lucifer's test soon and come back to my waiting arms. I'll be thinking of you, and if you ever need anything, simply send me a text. Until we meet again, Greed.
I smile at the thoughtfulness and uncover the tray of food. Cheese pizza.
Girl, you're gonna have like so many zits.
With a laugh, I eat a few slices, take a shower, and head out. I'm prepared to complete the rest of Lucifer's
Honey,
test.
he had pizza for like lunch yesterday, then for dinner, then like for breakfast. It's like so greasy. So greasy. Anyway. I don't like the music. Okay, but this is our next hunt. We'll find or we'll experience this in the next video. So I hope you all enjoyed watching. I'd like to thank all my patrons that support me at the 8 and tier above, and their names are NQS, Felix, Jesse Olson, Blue Lagoon, and Hooray Is My Way. So thank you so much for supporting me. I'd like to thank all my other patrons that support me and make it possible for me to play games like this on my channel. When we come back, we're gonna seduce an American. So much fun. Anyway, yeah, that's it. See you in the next video.